Title: Attached at the Scroll. Anxious and avoidant attachment in the digital age opening sequence. Upbeat, slightly ironic. Digital soundscape. Quick cuts of screens, notifications, thumbs typing. Host V. We used to say our relationships were long-distanced if you lived in different cities. Now, we can feel long-distance lying in the same bed, because so much of our connection lives ... here. Visual. A smartphone screen, glowing in a dark room. Our attachment styles, those deep, often unconscious blueprints for how we love and expect to be loved aren't just for face-to-face interactions anymore. They've been uploaded, digitized, and they play out in our pockets, in our DMS, and in our endless scrolls. Today, we're exploring how anxious and avoidant attachment shapes and is amplified by our digital lives. Chapter 1. The Anxious Heart and the Glowing Screen. Visual shifts to a more intimate, candid style. Maybe an animated representation of an anxious brain with a phone at its center. Host. Let's start with the anxiously attached. Their core question is, are you there for me? And the phone becomes the ultimate, terrifying answer machine. Texting isn't just texting. It's a high-stakes data collection mission. The overtext, sending a flurry of messages to fill the silence, to elicit a response of proof of life. The forensic analysis. The read. 7:04 p.m. Why did they see it and not reply for 47 minutes? What does the tone of that K really mean? They're reading subtext where there often is none. The double text dilemma is sending a second text, a sign of neediness, or just following up. The internal debate is exhausting. And then there's the digital orbit. Social media, stalking. It's not really about the person they're stalking. It's about checking their follower count, their likes, their comments on other people's post-its. A way to manage the anxiety of not knowing, to feel the semblance of connection, even if it's one way and painful. But the most haunting symptom, the phantom vibration, that jolt, that sure feeling your phone buzzed with their message. It's your body's hypervigilance, wired for connection, misfiring. Your anxious attachment system is literally making you hallucinate reassurance. Chapter 2. The Avoidant Heart and the Fortress of Solitude. Visual tone shifts cooler, more space, distance, maybe an animation of a person behind multiple screens. House. On the other side, we have the avoidantly attached. Their core question is, will I lose myself if I get too close? The digital world isn't a source of anxiety for them. It's a perfect toolkit for self-protection and creating distance. Texting is a control panel. The strategic delay. Replying quickly feels too eager to delaying a reply maintains the upper hand and protects their sense of independence. The non-committal vague. Maybe. Could be fun. Keeping plans fluid and responses non-specific avoids the feeling of being pinned down. The text-only intimacy. Deep conversations can feel safer in text. You can edit, curate, and control the message. It's intimacy at a manageable distance. Social media for an avoidant person is often a curated performance of independence. Their feeds might showcase solo adventures, minimalism, a life that looks perfectly complete without deep reliance on others. Stalking. If they do it, it's often from a place of detached curiosity, not anxious longing. And their version of the phantom vibration. It might be the deep sigh of relief when the screen is finally blank, when the demands of others are silenced. Chapter 3. The Feedback Loop. How tech amplifies insecurity. Visuals become more chaotic, showing algorithmic feeds, notification storms, data streams, hosts. Here's the crucial part. Technology doesn't just reveal these patterns, it amplifies them. The anxious avoidant trap. Online, this dance becomes a horror movie on film. The anxious person's texts bombard the avoidant person's fortress, making them retreat further into delayed replies and vagueness. Each retreat fuels more anxiety. It's a cycle supercharged by instant access and constant visibility. The algorithm of insecurity. Social media feeds us highlight reels. For the anxious, it's proof they're being left out. For the avoidant, It's proof that relationships are messy and independence is king. The algorithm confirms our deepest fears. The illusion of constant connection. We're never truly apart, so we never learn to self-soothe in healthy ways. The anxious person never sits with the feeling, I'm okay even if they don't reply right now. The avoidant person never practices being consistently, vulnerably available. Closing. Rewiring our digital attachment. Visuals.com. Slower pace. Focus on a hand, placing a phone face down, or looking up at the sky. Hosts. So, are we doomed? Not at all. Awareness is the first update to the system. If you see yourself here, for the anxiously attached, practiced digital boundaries. Mute notifications for certain people. Set a timer before you double tap. Ask yourself, am I seeking connection or just trying to quell anxiety? Seek the answer in the real world, not the digital one. For the avoidantly attached, practice digital presence. Challenge yourself to reply with warmth and clarity sometimes. Notice when you're using your phone as a wall. Try a vulnerable voice note instead of a curated text. For everyone, remember, a read receipt is not a measure of your worth. A delayed reply is not always a rejection. And the most important attachment figure in your digital life should be ... you. Your ability to put the device down, to sit with yourself, to not seek or flee. But simply be. Our attachments are wired into us. But our relationship with the scroll, that's a habit, and habits can be changed. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and follow. Watch more such videos.